everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Thinking Outside the Pod. My name is Patrick. I'm joined by
Jimmy.
And it's that time of the week again, guys. Time to hear our thoughts on random shit going on in the world today.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty good episode, actually, man.
Fisher's gone. He's at PAX South.
PAX South,
so,
yeah.
Pretty big gaming convention for San Antonio, so.
So he's probably dressed up like one of the Super Mario Brother trees right now.
Or Luigi.
Luigi, there you go.
He picked the second one.
Yeah, oh yeah. I always told my little brother, because when we used to play those video games, I used to have the NES, he'd always have to be Luigi, because of course I was always the one that played the most.
Yep.
So I told my brother I'm trying to talk him into getting a Luigi tattoo, and I'm going to get the Mario tattoo.
Yep.
So that we can have we be the Mario Brothers, but he's Luigi because he's always played.
He's always been second player.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I thought that would be cool.
Yeah.
Actually, now that
it'd be cool for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just came back from dinner with my girl, and we were talking about getting some tattoos on our fingers, like the king on mine and the queen on hers.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going through some, and she found some like chess pieces, like the king chess piece and the queen chess piece, and they look kind of like inky, runny. Looked really cool. So we're trying to figure out like a his and her kind of tattoo we can both get.
You should have one on each side of your face.
Well,
so when you kiss,
the thing
you take a picture, and it'll be like the king.
There you go.
Just Mike Tyson, just go crazy.
The thing that I found that I really trying to talk her into getting was the Princess Zelda tattoo, and I'd get the 8-bit looking one, and I'd get the Link tattoo, and she said no. She says I'm a dork, but I'm gonna try to make that happen because
but
I think that's cool as fuck.
You're a cool dork compared to like chess dorks, which are the lower dorks.
Yeah, well, I mean the chess pieces look cool because they look like runny ink, so it's like just like an ink stain that happens to look like the chess piece.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of cool, and we're thinking about some skulls and other stuff, but that's off the topic.
Yeah.
I was just saying because we were talking about Mario Brothers and stuff. But what do you think if you were Fisher? What would you go dressed up to PAX? What is it, PAX, right?
Yeah, it's PAX South.
PAX South. What would you go dressed up as if you were Foster?
If I was Foster, I don't know. If I was going and I had to dress up, like someone was like gonna pay me to dress up or something, I would pick like the easiest thing that I could dress up as. Like find a video game character that's like looks pretty much like me, like. And doesn't wear crazy clothes.
Doesn't wear clothes at all?
Oh, no, that's you. That's you going.
There was a pantless character, so I need...
I'm sure there are some pantless characters. Or you can go as like a Sims character.
Mega Man XXX with no pants.
He goes like a Sims...
Just a helmet and
a Sims character, and just have like a little cardboard blur that you can put right there and just have no pants on.
Have like a wire with a diamond.
Then have the diamond up there. That's doable. That's doable. That's not too bad. I don't want to wear like armor or anything like crazy that makes it uncomfortable or hot. I
can see Fisher like dressed up like Gandalf with like the walking stick and a cape and like the pointy hat.
Or if I was gonna go all out, I would go as something far out where they wouldn't know it's me. So Gandalf would be good because it'd be a big beard, even though I have a beard, but a big white beard and a big hat and a robe. Robes are fine.
If we go, you dress up like Santa Claus and I'll be an elf.
Oh no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be Santa Claus. I'd rather be a.
We'll mix up the.
You can be a hobbit, and I'll be Gandalf.
All right. Well, no, I'm not a hobbit. Wait a minute.
Yep, you're a hobbit.
I would be an elf, because the elves are taller than hobbits and dwarfs.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be Gandalf.
You could be a dwarf.
Nope.
Yeah.
I could be a dwarf. I guess I would be. That'd be the closest to.
What we do is we'll go get you like some fake extensions and like braid them into your beard so they hang real like.
Or just if I know I'm going, I'll just grow it out, just not trim it at all.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We should do that next year.
Get a metal or a cool looking helmet and stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah, like a Juggernaut style helmet at least.
Yep.
Something badass.
That'd be cool. I don't know. That seems hot, but whatever.
Seems hot. That's right. It's very hot. Come on.
Temperature hot. Or both. Why not?
We could do it. But yeah, guys, this week we've got a couple topics we want to cover right off the bat. First off, to get this all started, glitter bombs. I just found out about them today. Jimmy showed me what was it, the video we saw on it?
Yeah.
And it was about this girl whose dad goes through her mail, so she ordered one.
She ordered a glitter bomb, a website where it's like, I forgot what the entire website's called, but it's kind of like one of those real basic ones that just tell you what it's doing. It's like, we'll send glitter to your enemy.com or something like that. And and she videotaped her dad opening it, and it's a glitter bomb. It gets glitter everywhere, and everyone knows glitter just sticks around. You can never get rid of all of it. You always
What would be a way to make that worse than just glitter? What if it was like some kind of wet adhesive stuff that like sprayed out and then the glitter shot out, so like it would stick to you?
Yeah, I mean that would be worse. That would definitely be worse. But that borders on evil. Like
No,
glitter.
I mean glitter is evil, Jimmy. Come
Well,
on.
it's not like sticking glitter all over your face.
That's
kinda,
evil.
That's evil. Like glitter getting everywhere and causing like a little mess is like a little evil, but having
So
it
you're
spray
taking
glue
it out of-
glitter on
You're taking it out of the prank realm into like just
mean.
ruining up someo's shit with
exactly.
glitter.
Yeah,
bomb.
because that will probably mess up technology, and if it gets on your keyboard or something, and it's not gonna work anymore. It'll break
Put
it.
like Gorilla Glue in it, that shit sticks like crazy.
Oh, it's just super glue, just
Yeah, like
ridiculous.
some rowdy super glue, like
Oh,
the
no.
strongest super glue ever.
as soon as oh god,
So then,
that'd
like
be
you go to
terrible.
rub the stuff off your face and your hand's stuck instantly.
Would you send that to someone?
No.
Well, would you send well?
No.
Your
You know what I think we should start is snakesinacan.com, your enemies.
Have you seen that video of Jimmy Fallon? He has a guest that brings in animals, and he brings out this like wicker basket, and he's like, oh man, this is awesome. This is a snake with a hood. It's really cool. And he's like, is it a cobra? And he's like, yep, it's cobra. And he gives them like a little hook to like kind of stop
Those,
him.
like things to control them.
Yeah,
like, try to
but
grab
he
them.
gets the guest gets like a huge one, and Jimmy Fallon gets a little small one. And then he's like, okay, just let me open it. You got to get real close, so if he comes out, just kind of push him away with the hook. So Jimmy Fallon gets close, and he opens the basket, and he has like a little button thing, and he presses it, and like one of the snake in a can spring
Shoots
snakes
out.
shoots out, and Jimmy Fallon just goes crazy, like scared, just falls on the ground.
That would piss me off if somebody did that to me. But I mean, the snake in a can thing I think is a better prank because those things actually pop out and like that'll scare the crap out of somebody.
Yeah.
The glitter, it's like it's kind of it kind of stuns you at first, but then it's just like, oh, it's just glitter, you know. So I
Yeah.
mean, but with that snake in a can, that'll get like your heartbeat racing, you know. You start sweating, the adrenaline would rush.
Yeah, well, anything you open and it just explodes of something, either it's glitter or a snake or anything like that comes out of the box you're opening, will scare you. But I guess a snake one would be not as hard to clean.
Yeah, and
So-
it would give it a scare, I believe. So I mean, we should probably patent that and get on that website.
All right, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's
Little snakes in a can.
.com.
Motherfucking snakes in a motherfucking can.
I'm
.com.
We're not tired of all these snakes. Yes.
We love them. But yeah, who would you send a glitter bomb to?
I don't know. I think it would be fun to send to like a friend. Like I'd send it to you.
Send it to me.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I'm in the snake can in your ass.
that's fine. You just have glitter all over you, and you're like, oh, what
Yeah,
is
no,
that?
I'm gonna have glitter and a snake. How about
Oh,
that? How about them
dang.
apples?
Glitter snake. No.
Yeah, and the snake will be like a rainbow color, so it like matches with all the glitter that's spraying everywhere.
That'd be bad. I don't know. I think it would be fun. It's kind of evil, but it is kind of a prank.
Yeah, I mean it is
Like
a
if
good
you had
prank
a-
because it comes in a little like what we saw. It was like a cylinder, maybe about 7-8 inches long, about 2.5 inches wide, 2 inches wide, a little cylinder, and the guy opens up the plastic part on top. And do you think that's only the one way to open it, or what if they open it the other way? Does it not work?
I would think that it will only open one way. I bet they didn't go too
So you
far
like
into
seal
designing
the
it.
bottom of it
Like
real
you,
tight with
like
the-
you put like the open here tab on the one
There you go,
side,
there you
like
go.
just to make it, and you make that really obvious or something. I would assume they don't want to put too much money into the actual canister. They want to make it as simple as possible and just work. So
Well, I mean, the one that we saw that popped open, it didn't look like there was much glitter in it. I saw that little spring with like that little thing on it. Or I guess the shit that pushes the thing that pushes the glitter up and out of it. I would fill the whole can up with glitter. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something like that, you might as well go all out.
yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't an insignificant amount of glitter, but it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, because it was a nice size looking freaking canister. You know what I mean? If you fill half that sucker up with glitter, you're gonna totally ruin someone's day with glitter. You know what I mean?
That's everywhere. Yeah.
So I mean,
Because glitter migrates. It's like if you ever like are doing like arts and crafts or something, and like it just will just slowly migrate around
other
like
places,
the
yeah.
entire house.
And then like you'll walk around and it'll be like little glitter trails from where you've been, kind of like Tinkerbell.
Like years later, you come
Yeah.
around and be like, ah, crap, it's still around.
I just had another idea. We should create confetti bombs for Fiesta,
Yeah.
right?
Like yeah, and then we can make them like gifts, like that we give out like I know Fiesta isn't really a time to give gifts, but you know
Here you go.
it's special or whatever.
And like there'd be like colored paper, like those pinatas behind us.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, that wouldn't be. And I don't think it'd be that hard. I mean, it is. That one was just a spring.
The spring was a little contraption to push it up, and like we just have to buy some tissue paper, colored tissue paper, cut it up in there.
Yeah, it's whenever it's closed, like it has like a little stick or something that holds the spring down, and as soon as you open it, like
Pops
that
out.
that stick would pop out too, but along with all the
We're
confetti.
gonna have to try one and make a video of how to create a confetti bomb for us.
I'm sure there's some videos out there for things like that. So I agree. We
I
can at
think
the
that
very
works.
least do it to Fisher. On
Yes,
the podcast.
yes, that'll be very cool.
Like for some milestone episode, to do it to him.
Yes, I think that would be awesome.
Fisher, don't listen.
Fisher, if
Fisher.
you're listening to this, turn off the podcast
Fisher.
like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, go back in time and
Go back to the future.
go back in time and turn off the podcast. Thanks.
Speaking of Back to the Future,
Oh, you got my segue.
I always throw that in there, but 2015, man, the year that Marty McFly traveled into the future.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a couple other times before, where like things are starting to take shape into what they should be. We still don't have like hologram, 3D holographic movie posters. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of glad because the one that Jaws thing, I went back and looked at that Jaws thing looks super stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you figured it'd look a lot more real nowadays.
Yeah.
It looks like a cartoon.
It looked like blocky. It looked like first generation 3D graphics. I'm like, it was bad.
It was really bad. What would be the one thing you're looking forward to most to happen from like the fashion?
No.
You gonna start dressing like that already?
No, I none of the fashion look. I'm not much of a fashion person, but that.
What do you mean? Look at you, Jimmy.
I mean,
Fashionista over here.
I know. I know.
Bet you strutting that wrong way.
I try for the don't try look. Like
Don't try
that
look.
look where it's like, man, how does he look so good? It looks like he doesn't even try.
It's like
It
bedroom chic.
yeah.
What do you call it?
It's like couch potato slob chic.
Slob chic.
Yeah. So that the shirt you wore yesterday?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably. I don't actually remember taking it off.
Yeah, I never took it off, so technically it's still the same day. But let's see, Back to the Future technology. I don't know. Of that world, I mean, none of it's really that crazy. Like the, I don't know. I can't think of anything I really want.
The food hydrator, the self-drying jackets.
Maybe that, like the food hydrator would be pretty cool. Like you put in like the small pizza and it comes out a big pizza. And
That, yeah, I don't really understand how that works, but I mean,
Well,
it
that-
was a movie.
I mean, dehydrated food exists. Like there's dehydrated fruit and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
could you make it juicy again? You think?
well, I mean, hydrating is essentially just adding water.
Yeah.
So-
but you think the water would take back to like its previous state before? it
Yeah,
was
I mean, you
dry?
can like dehydrated fruit if you put it in water turns back to juicy-ish food. It's kind of mushy. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
technically
that's what I'm
juicy.
saying. It would turn like into like some kind of waxy mush.
Well, that was maybe like the first generation of the food hydrator.
Okay,
so
okay,
it was
so
probably just like
This one's more advanced.
more
I
advanced
see.
and it works better. I don't know. That
How
would be
about,
pretty cool.
those fax machines in every room?
I mean,
They're
we
like,
have
"You're
we
fired,"
have
those
phones.
things
We have phones. We have essentially it's like a fax machine in every room, any room you carry.
Do you remember the way it was printed? The way it looked kind of like blocky. That
Yeah,
was weird.
yeah, I like the dot matrix printers.
Dot matrix. There you go.
The food technology that I like is in Fifth Element. Remember Fifth Element? She had like a shaker, and she would shake the flakes onto a plate and put it in like a microwave thing, and it come out to be like a huge turkey,
Huh.
and like potatoes and carrots
I do
around
not
it.
remember
You
that.
don't remember
Which
that?
part was that from? Like,
Lilu,
Uh-huh.
she's like in the priest's house or apartment or wherever he is, and she's like
when they
learning.
bring her the clothes.
Yeah, it was a scene probably after that,
Huh.
and she's like learning about, or maybe it's the same scene where she's learning about all this stuff.
The wars and all
Yeah,
that other
she's
shit.
scrolling through. The first time you see that, the second time she's on the ship and she learns actually about war and like fighting and stuff. Or no, it's when she learns about fighting karate. That's when, and she has chicken she's eating. She's like,
Yeah,
chicken,
yeah, okay.
chicken.
I
good."
remember that.
That one.
Chicken.
That would be cool. Just to have shaker full of like, and it could be any food like
What do
hamburger.
you think about like those 3D printers? They're 3D printing car bodies nowadays, and they're inserting motors. The one we saw, I know you saw it too the other day, right? It was one complete car body, and my question is, why not make it to where you 3D print the fender, different spots. So if something breaks, you can replace it. And if that's the case, when do we gonna have plastic that's strong enough to not melt when it's overheating, and that way you can make engines out of the stuff too?
I'd say it's probably getting close, because I mean carbon fiber doesn't melt, and carbon fiber
That's the shit like on the space shuttle, right?
yeah, carbon, yeah, that's, and even the that car that we saw, that 3D printed car that they showed, I don't think it was at CES, but at some show, maybe it was CES. It was made out of carbon fiber,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
at least had carbon fiber in it as well.
Well, the guy was jumping on it.
So
It looked pretty tough.
yeah, no, it's one of the tough. It's tougher than a lot of metals out there. So, and I think it's heat resistant as well, up to a certain point.
To a certain point.
So maybe not the whole engine, like that's what he was saying. Like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the whole engine can't, but most of it can. Like the parts that don't get, like not the ignition ports. I don't know. I can't. I
Ignition
don't.
ports.
I'm not much into.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm sure they could make most of it out of it, but I'm sure there still have to be some kind of die cast.
I'm sure it's getting there. When we're always experimenting with like alloys and all types of nanotechnology that makes
Well, I think
a lot of
that'd be
stuff
really
tougher.
cool. I mean, to start a car company that prints its own parts, at least like the body of the car,
Yeah.
and print it all in different spots in case you get hit in somewhere. You can just replace that, and it'd be a lot cheaper than having to go.
Or you
order
just print
another
it
one.
yourself.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Everyone has a 3D printer in their garage. So say
Or at least
they,
access to one in some way.
yeah, they back up and their rear view, or their side view mirror gets knocked off. They can just reprint that.
Reprint,
and,
yeah,
and just
Yeah.
reattach it somehow.
That would be
That's like
super awesome.
that's what they're doing in the International Space Station. That's why they just sent a 3D printer up there, so they don't have to waste resources on sending every tool that they need. They can just build the tools they need.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, that's what they were saying, that they have one up there, right, at the space station.
Yeah, they just printed a wrench or something up there
Huh.
that they needed, like a certain
Size.
type wrench. Yeah.
That would work for me, man. I mean, that would replace your 3D printer. Would in turn replace your whole toolbox. There would be no more of those tool chests. Anywhere you just print up what you need, and then, I mean, you could save it, but at any time you needed it, you could always just print up another one.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
As long, I guess, as the stuff you're using to print isn't like crazy expensive, it'd be worth it.
yeah, the filament. I assume whatever, some materials are more expensive than others.
On the
Yep.
subject of technology, what do you think about those Microsoft
The HoloLens.
yeah, the Google Glass type thing that they came out with?
I want it so bad.
But, I mean, is virtual reality going to be that much better? Because I mean,
well, it's
the way we were talking about it at first, I thought it was kind of a stupid idea. I was like, virtual reality. I was like, come on, man. You're going to be walking around your house wearing this thing that makes everything look virtual. I mean, I don't get it.
It's augmented reality. So it's taking the existing environment and making it
Look like a video game.
allowing it to be like a 3D digital space. So
What is space now? Is this not 3D?
well,
Is this
but
not 3D?
it's virtual as well. So they augment it. So say you're working on a thing here, like you just have a regular table, and you put those HoloLens on it. Now it's a sketch pad that you can design on and save. It turns that regular table into your desktop.
Very nice.
Actual virtual desktop. And then you can, like, in like Minority Report.
Yeah, that's
Tony
what
Stark,
I was saying.
where-
That was the part. Like, I thought that would be cool.
And
Like,
that's-
if you're watching television, you can like open up another screen and see what else is on other channels.
Yeah.
And you can slide and get rid of them and pop open the big ones that you want to see.
And I heard it's not that expensive. It's $300. I heard. Like,
Yeah, that's still not.
that's
bad.
not bad. That will replace your TV. Essentially, like, you can put YouTube videos on like a blank wall and resize it, and get it's your TV. I
Huh.
mean, I barely use my TV right now, so if I can like put it down and then just like lay down on my bed and have the ceiling,
Watch it on the ceiling.
yeah, or anywhere I turn, like it just follow me, just.
That would replace like ceiling mirrors for like sex and shit. You could just put on these HoloLens glasses.
It would replace the other person.
No, I don't think so. Jimmy,
It's augmented reality. You can do anything you want.
buddy. So you walk up to your cat and you look down and your cat looks like it's 8-bit, and then when it meows you just see meow, a little cloud next to it.
That would be amazing. You can like just make it have.
Come here, kitty, and you just see like
make
this
it have,
pixelated hand coming.
Or make it have, or it would be your hand. It's a camera, so you see
like a little kitty emoji with a happy face above its head.
Or I mean, you can make the cat look like anything. Anytime that
like a tiger.
or a tiger or a dragon.
Yeah, a pet dragon.
Or just a cat with wings. Just why not? Just furry wings on it, and of course, and that's what you see. Like anytime it recognizes a cat object,
turns into a little dragon.
Turns into a dragon. I don't know if it can do that, but I mean, you saw them playing like Minecraft on a table, and
yeah, Minecraft's ridiculous.
It's.
But yeah, I saw some of that.
It's cool game. It gets
what
boring.
else? What else do you think we could use Hololens for besides resizing porno videos on your wall?
What else do you need, man? That's if it only did that, it'd be worth
more than $300 still.
I don't know. It's augmented reality is cool. Like
it's still like in the too early of a stage. We gotta like wait. Maybe by the end of the year we'll have a little more. Hopefully.
Maybe if it's only $300, I might go for it, and it's on Amazon. If it's on Amazon and I can just pay over time and get it, I'd get it.
I'd like to borrow it. I'd like to try it out if you do get it. I just make sure you delete all your porn videos and stuff on it, so
I don't know how exactly it works. I guess it will.
So don't pop it open.
I guess
Jimmy, like what the fuck is this?
It might just work like because I assume not all the processing is done in the. I don't know exactly how it works, but it might connect to a computer or something.
External server, something.
Yeah, like a little console, and then that's connected to your computer, so you can actually access the stuff. I don't know, or maybe it's all in one.
That would be strange.
I just watched that video, and that video, of course, it's biased and probably.
It's a PR video.
Maybe it's not as good as that, but
maybe it's Maybelline.
Exactly. Well, I'll watch them once it gets closer and closer to coming out. I might spring for it, and I'll tell you all about it.
Have you seen that movie Strange Days?
That sounds familiar. I think you were talking to me about it.
Yes, it's an old movie from the 90s, I believe. I think it's Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
And he it's like a drug, but what happens is that these people put like this unit on their head, and it's called a squid. It has like arms that go around your head to like on top of your head, and you put it on a little piece of plastic with like these sensors on the ends of it.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on your head, and what people do is they use that to record an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So say me and you were robbing a bank, I'd put one of those on and I'd put a wig over so nobody could tell I was wearing it. And we'd run in and we'd rob the bank, and then
it records the experience.
It records it into like a little disc, like a miniature CD disc.
Mm-hmm.
These guys like Liam Neeson, he sells those on the street to different people, like lawyers, like doctors, people who want to like
don't experience
do stuff like that,
and they want to experience.
So he sells it to them, and they put that squid on, and they push the little disc, and they hit play, and they sit back, and all of a sudden it's their point of view. They're going through the eyes of this person, seeing everything and feeling everything that they would feel. So the adrenaline, the everything that's involved with the emotion, they're feeling all of that.
Yeah.
So like that's one of the things that everybody's doing. It's put up in the future. This was like an early '90s movie, mid '90s movie, and it was supposed to take place around the year 2000 when like the Y2K thing was going on. So everybody's like, yeah, they're doing this and they're doing that. Well, this one guy, they find out that they find a disc, and it's a murderer.
Okay, you were talking
about
that
on his
murder,
head.
Yeah.
And he goes and he ties up, rapes women, and leaves those discs around. So this guy comes into contact with one, and everybody's like, "What the hell are you doing with that?" So they start finding more and more to try to figure out who this killer is, and so they ended up finding out who it is and everything. But the whole fact is that some of those discs are bad discs like that. That you really don't want to go through, that you don't want to see and feel everything, because you're there watching this happen, Plus, certain discs have bad stuff on it where it'll just fry your brain, so you could you could just start seeing like different colors and never come out of it. You just fried.
Jeez.
So that was that movie.
Strange Days.
Strange Days, yeah.
I think.
So I'm thinking, with those HoloLenses, that'd be pretty cool if you could like video record an experience and share it like that, kind of like the GoPros, but like something where like you can like have some
actually
kind of feelings.
Yeah. That it might get to a point like that, if we ever, I don't know if we even know how, but if we could record emotions and stuff like that and sensations,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
possible.
That's a badass movie.
That's-
You guys look it up.
yeah.
Strange Days.
Yeah, you told me about it a long time ago. I forgot. So
It's a
I
really
need
cool
to.
movie.
That's cool. I like sci-fi. I like
Yeah.
whenever cool technology,
And it's got a
concepts.
badass soundtrack as well.
That's what we were talking
Yeah.
about. It was like 80s synth or something. Is that what?
Well, there's this band from the '90s called Prong. They're the ones on. If you watch Beavis and Butthead, the snap your finger, snap your man.
Okay.
They do a cover of "Strange Days" from the Doors
Mhm.
with one of the keyboardists from the Doors, I believe. And
Okay.
It rocks ass, man.
Ray Manzarek or something like
It
that.
rocks ass. And-
nice.
And it's a badass cover.
I need to. I'll check it out,
Check it out.
and then I'll let you know how bad it is.
It's probably awful, but it was cool back in the day. Moving along here, the next thing we're going to talk about are drug drones.
Yeah, there was a video or a news story where
The cartel stepping their game up.
they started with like just putting it in like fenders and stuff, and then
They
they went
started
to like
making submarines in Colombia.
or
remember?
tunnels and things like that, and now they're going to drones. I guess like if there's a way to get drugs across the border without people knowing,
It's a drone.
drones are the way to go.
Yeah, they're low enough to stay off of the radar and high enough so that people can't get them without shooting it down. Like
Yeah.
my idea.
Yeah,
I think we should move to the border and shoot drug drones down, sell the drugs here in the States, then save our money and start selling more drugs. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Something.
Oh,
Do
no.
something after that. I don't know. It's like the underpant gnomes. Plan A, collect underpants. What's plan B? Or what's part B? And everybody's like,
yeah. Like step 1, do this. Step 2, question mark.
Yeah.
Step 3, profit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's my business model right there. The underpants gnome business model. Step
Like,
one,
It's like Jimmy, you figure out those question marks.
yeah. Step one, collect drugs, drones. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. That's my model right
Oh
there.
no, and I'd figure it out. Oh,
So
no.
we got to do something with all those drugs we're finding besides
Or-
using.
No, my step would be the profit. Fisher has to figure out the second one.
Yeah, all right.
There
I
we
got
go.
the first one.
Well,
Collect drug drones.
Well, get it. All right, so yeah, there we
We got to
go.
make like some kind of like rocket RPG, rocket propelled grenades or something like that.
That
So we can
target
shoot them down.
drones, like have like a thing that smells drugs. That's just
Drug sniffing missiles.
a drug sniffing drone.
Oh,
So-
anti-drones.
So yeah, anti-drone drone. Just have another
Yeah.
drone, a bigger with guns drone up there, and if it senses drugs around, it just shoots it down.
I mean, if I was the cartel and I know that Amazon was trying to deliver stuff like that, wouldn't you just put like an Amazon sticker on your drone, and put your drugs in a box?
Yeah.
And that way people think that you're delivering
Oh.
Amazon shit
Oh,
from
that's
Mexico.
probably just some sunglasses or something. It's like,
We
nope,
should
it's
sell
drugs.
this idea to fucking cartel members, man.
Well, I'm sure cartel members are listening to this podcast.
You guys, if y'all are listening, send us some fucking money for this awesome idea.
Just give us a
See,
call.
that's the profit part. Yeah, I
Give us
just
a-
figured out the second step.
Give us a call, 505-333-8687, and we'll get back to you,
Ask for
cartel.
Fisher. Ask for Fisher. Threaten his life a couple times. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. All right, well, good.
So
we
what
got
else-
we got money.
What else would you? Yeah, hell yes, man. I mean, I don't understand why nobody's tried to smuggle shit in drones before. So, earlier shit. I mean, think about it. If I'm driving across the state line and I'm holding some kind of drugs or alcohol or something that I can't take over, right before I get to the border, guess what? Stop 2 miles out, put it on a fucking drone, send it over, and then you drive through.
Yeah, because the drones, you can set waypoints, so it just goes by itself.
And
And
just
like
have it
just
just
tell it
float there
land.
and wait for you.
Yeah, that's true. And then just on your phone, just say land, and you just catch it.
and you're good.
Yeah, there you go.
Why didn't we ever think about this before?
I don't know.
What other kind of shit can we smuggle on drones?
I mean, anything. I mean, they're small enough that radars can't detect them, so.
They think, well, the next story we're gonna hear about is freaking mail order brides being delivered by drones. You watch. You watch.
just ladies just holding on a drone.
No, drones holding on to ladies because they can't let them go. You know what I mean? Those chicks will like take off and it's over.
Oh no.
That would be like some human smuggling drone shit, and that'd be fucking weird.
Future's a scary place.
It's very scary, man. I'm telling you. The stuff that we live in nowadays. Like this Doomsday Clock. What do you know about that, man? I just heard that one story that we had last week about it, where it's basically a clock that tells us how much longer we have till the end of the world, or something
Yeah,
like that.
how close we are to the end of the world,
Like physically,
metaphorically,
metaphorically,
like the conditions. If the conditions change, it takes one step closer to midnight, which is the end of the world. Like nuclear extinction of Earth or something like that.
Or just the extinction overall.
I haven't done too much research on it. The
reefer into it.
The research I've done into it, it's like watching Watchmen, and like or like History Channel for like the Cuban War, Cuban Missile Crisis type stuff. But yeah, I haven't heard about it since like that kind of stuff. But yeah, back in the news, it ticked to like 3 minutes to midnight or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it says. A day ago, Doomsday Clock said 3 minutes to midnight.
Yeah, so I guess like all the North Korea, Cuban
Humans'
stuff.
failure to reduce global nuclear arsenals as well as climate change prompted the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists to advance their warning about our proximity to a potentially civilization-ending catastrophe. The world is 3 minutes from doomsday, but that's the grim outlook from the broad members of the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. Frustrated with the lack of international action to address climate change and shrink nuclear arsenals, they decided, January 22nd, to push the minute hand of their iconic Doomsday Clock to the 11:57 p.m. It's the first time the clock hands have moved in 3 years since 2012. The clock had been fixed at 5 minutes to symbolic doom midnight. Let's see. The Bulletin of Atomic Science doesn't use the clock to make any real doomsday predictions. Rather, the clock is a visual metaphor to warn the public about how close the world is to a potentially civilization-ending catastrophe.
Dang, we need to get our drone idea pretty quick. We only got 3 minutes.
3 metaphorical minutes.
3 metaphorical minutes. What does that convert to?
I don't know.
300 years. Oh,
300 metaphorical minutes. It sounds like a shitty band.
That's my band. I was trying to make a plug.
You were trying to plug it?
I was trying to plug it.
Well, I mean, you got the plug, bad or not,
yeah,
you know?
Any publicity is good publicity. Yeah, so that's crazy. Shame on you people that caused this. I didn't cause it.
Speaking of nuclear arsenals, what about that interview movie? It's now on Netflix, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go and see it.
Interview is on Netflix now. I wish I would have waited on seeing it, because I paid for it, like on Christmas Day. I paid $6 to see it.
Well, that's still not bad. That's
not bad,
a little
but
cheaper than a movie ticket.
Yeah, but I could have waited. It's fine. It's a good comedy.
It's a really
funny
good
movie.
funny movie. Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know what the whole trouble was about it. It did disparage a country's current leader, so of course they could get mad about it. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Come on,
but it was just a silly James Franco, Seth Rogen movie.
It was a very funny movie. There was times where I just found myself laughing like for a little while, not a long time, but laughing for a really good while. Mm-hmm. And then there was just some really good parts. There were really some really good parts. If you haven't seen it, go check it out now. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I agree. Check it out. It's on Netflix now. So if you already have Netflix, it's free.
Oh, the poison in the bubblegum thing, and the guy started chewing it, and they're like, no, what are you doing?
And then, okay. It's never was in theaters. Was it ever in theaters?
So, yeah, they was released Christmas Day or the day.
Do you know if it's still in theaters?
Probably
not.
Like the dollar movies.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah, so can't spoil it. But yeah, there's a funny part where people eat poison, and they're like, are you okay? Like, every time they see him. Like, are you feeling okay? You're looking...
Your worries over my health are making me feel like you've got something going on. Something weird. It's fucking hilarious.
It's good. Check it out. It's not earth-changing. I mean, it could have been, but it's a funny movie to watch.
Yeah, it's a really good movie to watch. I'm glad that they actually put it out so everybody can check it out.
Yeah.
What else we got down the list? We already did our Doomsday Clock.
Speaking of movies, Project Almanac.
That's very nice.
Coming out at some point. I think
looks like
in
a
a
very
week or
interesting
two.
movie.
I love time travel movies.
Me too.
So I am definitely gonna go see it.
12 Monkeys was one of my favorites.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys.
Because of the way that like it was fucking with him so bad. They were like we can send people through time, but it starts messing you up because you're not sure where exactly you are, and then like he was hearing voices in the past.
Yeah. From
some dude that he knew and that he talked to in the future. So it's kind of like. I don't know. Do you think that time travel would mess somebody up like that mentally? Do you think humans are prepared to be able to travel back and forth through time?
Maybe. Because, I mean, in our minds, we have a sense of time. I can't think of it. Like time going on. Like we can perceive that kind of. So I would assume like if we went back in time.
Say you jump that far, you know what I mean? You don't think that'll like fuck with that sense just a
No,
bit?
that's what I'm saying. I think it will. I would assume it will. I don't know. Time travel is completely theoretical and doesn't exist, so I don't know for sure. But
Yeah,
I would
think
assume
mess somebody up.
I would assume that it's physically taxing on the person for sure, because you are breaking down like physics, like you're
What
destroying
if, like,
physics.
when you went to the future, you were old as hell, or if you went to the past, you were young as hell, so you really couldn't go in the future past the time you were supposed to die, or you wouldn't be able to go back farther than when you were born?
Well, that's like the X-Men Days of Future Past. Like,
Really?
well, kind of. That method of time travel. You're just transmitting your subconscious to your younger self.
Huh.
So
I better get that movie from you and check it out.
yeah, you should have. It's good.
I find it from Taco.
I like all time travel movies.
Because I mean that would be like a big fucking bummer. You know what I'm saying? You can only go back to when you were born or go until you were dead.
And then like you go back.
But if you go
25 years, you're a baby, and you're like, dang
if
it.
you go too far ahead, you're gone. You know, there is no coming back because you've already died, and you don't know when you're going to die.
You'd be a really smart baby, so that would be pretty cool. Like having your knowledge now and going back in time, maybe not as a baby because that would be kind of boring and stuff. But
there's a couple of kids in school that I'd probably beat up for trying to steal stuff from me that I found out about later.
But
that would work for me.
Just preemptively any wrong you ever remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the ones I remember. I wouldn't just start beating people up for no reason.
You're just changing everything.
I know, right? Well, that on the note of the movie, that's kind of what's going on. It's like they find like some kind of time capsule thing or something. They open it up and find all this stuff, and they're finished creating this machine that
Project Almanac.
Yeah, that I'm assuming is made by somebody they know, like a father or something like that. They get the machine together, they get it running, and then they realize they can go back into time.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite part is when a guy's like, "Look, that's me," and it says 8th birthday, and they see him in the mirror behind him, like looking around. That is fucking badass.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Have you seen a few of the trailers?
I've seen
trailers.
One. Maybe I've seen them both. I know for sure I've seen one trailer. And
the other trailer, the second one, I believe it is they're standing. They're like all like partied out, and they're standing in the room. He's like, "Look, that's me sleeping," and the dude's sleeping there, and they're all like, "Ah!" And then they look back, and the dude kind of like blinks, and then fizzles out of existence.
So, I like it. I'm definitely gonna see it. All time travel movies. What would you say is your top 2 that you could think of? Top 3.
Back to the Future is one of
Okay.
them.
Like you just say that series.
12 Monkeys, and I need some thought for the last one. What about you?
Primer. If you've ever seen Primer, it's really confusing. It's like an indie movie about time travel.
But I'd probably look at it.
It was on Netflix at some point, but it's really confusing. Like they don't explain anything. Like it's just this technology exists now, and we're doing it, and we don't want to explain things. Like, and it gets trippy. Like it's really confusing. And I think
who's in it?
it's indie. I don't know.
Oh, it's just like okay.
That's just
Primer.
some people.
I'm gonna have to look into that, man.
Primer. Back to the Future.
Yes.
I don't know. Groundhog's Day is kind of like time travel. It's a time loop. Primer. I'm not Primer. What's the one with Bruce Willis? Looper. Looper's not bad. That's like some more recent ones. I like.
I haven't seen Looper. Like I said,
Bruce
12
Willis.
Monkeys.
And, I like 12 Monkeys too. That's right. Yeah.
The Back to the Future. Do you think the Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind is considered a time travel movie? Because mentally,
kind of.
I think that would be another one if that counts, because they're going through stuff and then they realize that they have this past that's been erased.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of an awesome idea.
I mean, you're reliving your past, so kind of time travel. Not physically, like mentally, but
And then like they're trying to erase parts, but like they start remembering. You know what I mean? I thought that was really cool. It's like he's wanted to forget and then decided that he didn't want to forget, so he's trying to hide in the recesses of his mind.
Yeah.
Thought that was
that's
awesome
really good. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
overall.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah. I probably should have gave us more time to think, because I'm sure there's a lot that we forget. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh yeah,
it's just one of the funny ones.
You gotta love that one.
And they're coming out with the second one at some point.
Really? I saw some kind of like I thought it was a bullshit trailer.
No,
but that's cool.
It's coming out, so that's cool. Let's see. Yeah, it's getting close.
Well,
Speaking of time,
I think those were some of the best ones. I'll think about it some more because I know that I've got a few other ones probably that I think are really awesome. Check out that movie that I was telling you about. Which one was that?
Strange Days.
Yes, and I will look up Primer.
Yeah,
soon.
you look up Primer, I'll watch Strange Days, and then maybe next episode we'll...
Before we go, what do you think about Skymall?
I'm sad that it went away.
Have you ever purchased anything from Skymall?
No. So
did you ever go through the magazine?
I went through the magazine hundreds of times probably.
But like the image that we had of the story that we saw, there's a guy that looks like he's riding a piece of luggage like a Razor scooter.
Yeah.
I was like,
with the scooter.
how much more like a douchebag do you have to look to ride your fucking luggage to an airport because you're running late? You know what I mean?
It's true. I agree. There's some
probably like $200-$300.
But when you're on, probably. But when you're on a plane, it's cool to have something like that keep your attention because page after page, it's just
things that'll kind of wow you. Or
why would anyone want this? Like, I want a like a crossword puzzle that's my whole wall. Yes, I want that, of course.
With the black dots, cubby holes, so you can put stuff into.
There's a lot of just weird stuff, but it was cool. Maybe that I'm part of the problem because I never bought anything from it.
Oh yeah,
but
I mean, I flipped through it a few times and then I get over it. It's like kind of like a infomercial on an airplane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For like stuff that's really cool, but that you probably have no like practical use for.
But I think it's the start, and I mean it's been happening a lot where a lot of these printed magazines are going to go away. There's just no need because of smartphones and tablets and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's sad though, man. I honestly like I like books. I like reading newspapers. I dig the internet stuff, but you know, I don't know. It's just not the same to me.
Well, definitely, yeah, it's not the same because I mean it's a physical thing, and you don't have to have internet connection or anything to access it. But it's just the way of the future. There's no way they can compete with that.
Back in my day,
no matter how
you didn't have like Google, so you actually had to go and like use the Dewey Decimal System in a fucking big ass row of card stacks with like printed descriptions of books that you have to
I don't think I was ever around whenever you had to do. I think our library had that, like my elementary school library.
But you never used it.
But they didn't use it either. They had computers. They had at least a basic computer thing,
look up an
database
inventory
of
the
this
books.
stuff. Yeah, so and checking out, you just scan.
I remember having a piece of paper and a pencil, writing down the numbers for all the books on the look, and then go into the shelves, and some of them would be there, some of them wouldn't.
Well, I had to do that too, but it was just like on the first library systems I remember, you'd search for the book and it'd give you that number, the Dewey Decimal number of it, and then you'd have to go look for it. It wouldn't say if it was available or not.
And then like some dickhead moving the cards around so that you wouldn't find the ones you needed. I don't know. It was probably a mess, and it's probably better now, but.
Yeah, so a lot of that stuff is going away because technology has just made it easier just to not have it. Just pull it up on a website.
I don't know, man. I like tablets, I like smartphones, but the size of the magazine has always been really nice. I really don't like reading stuff on my phone. I do it. I'd rather have a bigger screen for it, and iPads are cool, but they're still just a little too small.
It just costs too much. They just can't compete with online e-magazine, e-zines or whatever.
The printing process is going backwards or going out of here fast, but
yep.
But I do like that stuff. I tend to watch it more on a magazine or a newspaper than I would online.
Yeah, I haven't read a magazine in a while, print or otherwise.
Yeah.
Since it's not like the only time I would ever do it is on an airplane and Skymall.
Yeah, well, because you go to the magazine rack in the airport and you go through, pick 2 or 3 out for the flights, and you just flip through them on the way.
Yeah.
And then somebody else probably like the pass along rate. Somebody else picks it. Oh, I'm gonna take this and goes and checks it out, or you actually go through and finish reading it over a course of some time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm hip to the internet stuff, but I could do without the online magazines.
It has other effects that kind of suck.
Rippling effects. Yep.
Like time travel stuff.
Yes. Somebody went back in time, created the fucking internet, and is ruining newspapers. You see what happens in the future when you go back and fuck with time? Yep. I don't know, man. I'm just saying it could have happened. I don't know.
Maybe. Let's write a movie about it. Like, that's the only effect that it
has. That would be a cool movie,
at least a short film.
Going back and, killing the print, killing print forever by putting shit online.
It's like in the future when, the struggling internet magazine. It's not like, I hate these print magazines. They're ruining my business. So he goes back in time just to,
Or vice versa.
I think it would be a good short. Or at least like a
hell
little teaser trailer that we can do about it.
We can just start writing this up, add this on to the other video ideas that we've got.
Cartel, don't listen to this. We don't want a Mexican cartel to
don't
make that
steal
movie.
this idea.
Patent,
and
copyright, we
if you
just
do, send us some royalties. Or
yeah.
some drugs.
Well,
alcohol, money.
I'll take money.
Jimmy will take women, and I'll take alcohol. Send Jimmy plenty of women. Send Fisher bunny rabbits.
Comic books.
No, bunny rabbits.
Okay.
Bunny rabbits and goats.
He loves his goats.
Well, I'm just saying. He's talking about like milking goats or what was that?
Yeah,
Milking sheep?
yeah. His ancient farming technique of milking goats with his mouth.
Yeah, he would like
but,
that too much. Send him something
yeah.
else weird, like a box full of grasshoppers. I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Yeah, let's just make it weird as hell.
Yeah.
Anyways, hope you guys stuck around and listened to the whole episode. This was a pretty fun one. It kind of flew by a bit, but you know, we covered some really good topics. We got some really good ideas for future stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I'll have to go through and write everything down because there's some funny stuff.
Okay, we are in the process of doing the anniversary episode. Jimmy's been putting a lot of time into this, you guys.
Yeah, episode 52 is going to be our anniversary episode. We have some grand plans for it. We just got to get.
Started.
We've started where I've started. We just got to go the rest of the way.
Jimmy started. He's the one basically doing all the work. I'm gonna try to outsource parts to Japanese sweatshops or Chinese sweatshops, Taiwanese, some kind of Oriental sweatshop. So you guys are interested? Call us up at Jimmy's cell phone number. You can find that online.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, probably.
But yeah. So yeah, episode 52. But yeah, until
episode
then.
49, right?
This is episode 49.
Episode 49. Look us up on Stitcher, iTunes, rate, subscribe, follow, share. Twitter, Facebook. We're still trying to keep up with that. I think I tweeted a couple, like maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah, I'm kind of slowing down on that stuff, but definitely do it just so you'll know what's happening.
Yeah, you'll get our updates, you'll get our video updates, you'll know all the breaking news on us. Tap Podcast.
Yep.
So, signing off. This is me, Patrick.
Jimmy.
And thank you guys for listening. We'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching our video, guys.
Before you leave, don't forget to rate and subscribe so you'll be informed for all of our future updates.
Make sure you visit our social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, or visit the website, thinkingoutsidethepod.com. All the links will be in the description below.